And we are live. We indeed are live today at the Unique Couples Marriage Marathon. Unique Couples Marriage Marathon here today. It is indeed a pleasure to be here today. I am Gia Lynn Colley, all the way from Freeport, Bahamas, and it is so good to be here today sharing with you guys here for this marriage marathon. As we know, the theme today is extraordinary marriage. And the fact that we are all here today means that we want to invest and we want to find more that can make us extraordinary and experience a great marriage. So we want those in chat who are here today. We want to know that you're here. Let's type in chat. Let's give some hashtags. We want to hashtag that marriage is a marathon. Hashtag marriage is a marathon. We often know that this is not a sprint. So we want to hashtag there. Marriage is not a sprint. Marriage is a marathon. And also, you're going to use those hashtags today for extraordinary marriage. Hashtag those in chat. It is a pleasure once again to be here with you guys as host today. As again I said, my name is Jealyn Colley here from Freeport, Bahamas, and we are live here today. Today. So, if you are in chat today, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know you're there. Is it sunny where you are? Is it a little warm? Is it cold? Is it raining? Put those emojis in chat and let us feel some of the things that you're feeling in the weather that you're feeling here in the Bahamas today. It is sunny. And it is a great day because today we also have a holiday. So everybody's always excited for a holiday. So to be here and to be enjoying with Unique Couples Marriage Marathon on this holiday, I would have it no other way. So let us know in chat where you are watching from and send those emojis. Let us know what weather are you experiencing today. All right. Also, while you're in chat, let us know the number of years you have been in your extraordinary marriage. Let us know hashtag those years. I recently celebrated 12 years of marriage, and I just want to shout out my husband today who's watching. And we also know that Mr. and Mrs. Linda Patrick, Mr. and Mrs. Vito and Linda Patrick, they also celebrated anniversary in July. So we want to say a special hello to the founders here today. So I see you, Julie. Hi. Marriage is a marathon. Use those hashtags. Yes, I see someone celebrating 18 years, sweet 16, they like to call it, plus two. Yes. Grand Bahama is hot. Yes, it's very sunny today. So we're going to enjoy this because some parts of the world we know are not experiencing this nice sunny weather we are experiencing. But we are here today, like we said, for the Unique Couples Marriage Marathon. And just before we go on, we just want to know if you are joining us for the first time. If you are joining us for the first time, we want you to put in chat a number one so we could know that you're joining us. Hi, Cinder, Nadine. He was tuning in from Nassau. Oh, it's raining heavy. Oh, yes. And she is celebrating 17 years. Yes, extraordinary marriages. 13 years, Julie. Yes, congratulations. And just for being here, we want to thank you. And it just shows that you find marriage important. You are here today and you are celebrating this marriage marathon with unique couples with unique couples. So we want to know who are our first time watchers. If you are a first time watcher, you could just put one in chat. Yes, welcome. We want to welcome you here to this platform. Unique couples, marriage marathon. Today, extraordinary marriages. If you have watched any unique couples live on a Sunday evening, you know to get those notifications. We want you to drop a two in chat because you are here along with us, along with the journey, and you know how great it is to be a part of this community. If you are watching any Sunday night or have watched before, you're going to drop a two in chat to let us know that you are here with the community and you're a part of this community. All right. And if you have watched a unique couples after dark, that means you are deep, deep in the unique couples community and you know that there are no holds bars when it comes to unique couples after dark. They talk about everything and anything. Yes, we see those tools in chat. We see our community standing strong. We want to welcome those who are here for the first time. It is important to go back and catch up on the things that you have missed. And then you can be throwing in those number twos because you would have gone back and you would have caught up with all that we have going on the Unique Couples platform. And we know now how important it is to invest in our marriages to make sure I have an extraordinary marriage. And today, they thought it so special, the founders of Unique Couples, to have a whole marriage marathon today of extraordinary marriage. That's the theme today in every aspect of your marriage. They're going to teach us and they're going to help us along the way to have these extraordinary marriages. So we are so happy to have you here today. We are delighted. And if you haven't joined yet, make sure join the Unique Couples Marriage Club. And I'm sure that they have that description in chat. And I'm sure that it is there. So you can click on the link and find out what is happening in the Unique Couples Marriage Club. So before we begin, because we know we have a day packed and I don't want to take anything away from our dynamic speakers. So before we begin, we're just going to have a word of prayer. Yes. So let us pray. All right, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your blessings. We thank you for bringing us here today and being a part of the vision that you have given Linda and Vito. We want to help marriages, and you know that they want to save marriages throughout the world. Dear God, we ask you to be with us today, be with all the speakers today, be with this platform, and we ask you to bless us and keep us, and may we have a extraordinary day at this marriage marathon. In your name we pray. Amen. And look there in screen who we have there. Hello. Just before I let you speak, I just want to make sure today that our viewing audience knows that they can receive some prizes. Is that okay for me to let them know?
Yes, go right ahead. Hello, everyone. We're so happy to be here. Excited. It is the marathon. Woo, go and invite someone. Yes, tag, share. Go ahead, Gia.
While you have that chance now, and straight throughout the day, you're going to have this chance. You're going to tag that couple who can benefit from this marriage marathon today. Go and tag them now. In fact, today it is very simple. We have an Amazon gift card. I just get excited about hearing that. Amazon gift card. And this can go to the person who is going to share this live the most today. This can go to the person who's going to tag the most persons today. You have this opportunity to, once you would have shared and tagged as much persons to this live today, you will have an opportunity to win this gift card. That's exciting. And it's easy. So all you have to do, tag someone, go right now. Tag them. Tag someone, share this live. And just like that, you can be eligible for an Amazon gift card. So I'm going to pass it on to our lovely founders, Mr. Vito and Mrs. Linda over there. Unique couples, on to you. So great to be here.
Awesome, awesome. It is wonderful to have you, Gia, the hostess with the mostest, moderator, and just keeping it real and live in here. We're so excited about all of you. Cindare, joining us all the way from Nassau. Julie, I see Emily and chat, and all of you, go ahead, hashtag Live Squad if you are watching with us. We're all excited. Then, of course, we have the wonderful Jason and Lovette Basden. We're all excited about them as well, joining us today. And marriage is what?
Marriage is a marathon.
Yes, it is.
I just want to welcome you all to this marriage marathon, and extraordinary marriage is the theme. So we're going to be in for an awesome time today.
Did we introduce ourselves? Like sometimes we almost always forget to do it. I know you remember most of the time.
I think Gia did introduce us, yes. But I think everybody know we are Vito and Linda Patrick.
Yes.
We are here in Freeport, Grand Bahama in the Bahamas. And we're just excited to be here today for this marriage marathon.
Extraordinary marriage. This is our second annual marriage marathon, and we are excited that you are here with us because you believe in taking your marriage to the next level. You believe in just getting that more for your relationship. So we're excited to have you join with us, and we are not going to take any time out of the presentation today. Yes. We have our incredible speakers and friends all the way from Canada. So we want you to just have, all of that as they speak today on extraordinary marriages in
trust.
Yes.
Yeah. So Jason and Lovette have been together for 10 years, and they have been married for 8 years this year. They have 9 kids, 4 boys and 5 girls.
Say that 9 again. I don't think everyone heard that, but 9 in chat. Yes, we did say that 9.
9, yes. Both of them are ordained pastors. Jason is the senior pastor, and Lovette is co-pastor of Divine Prayer and Healing Fellowship in Ontario, Canada. Lovette is a paralegal. Jason is a contractor and a business owner.
Yes, and we know that Lovette is passionate about impacting the lives of people from all walks of life.
Yes.
Especially young women. So we're so excited that both of them can be here today to share with us on our platform today.
Yeah, so we're very excited to have Jason and Lovette here, and we're not going to take any more of their time.
Yeah, so we missed anything, let us know. Let our viewing audience know a little more about yourself as you get into the topic today, extraordinary marriages in
trust. So we'll turn it over to you guys.
Pleasant good morning to everyone. Pleasant good morning to the lovely couple here, the Patricks. God bless you. Thanks for the invite. And as always, it's a pleasure to be on this platform. In addition to what you said, we've been together 10 years. This year we'll make 8 years married. I believe that marriage is a gift from God. This is why a lot of persons today, they are kind of, skeptical about entering into it simply because it's not something for everyone. I heard over and repeatedly that there's always someone out there for us, for everyone. No, I don't believe that statement. But my wife and I had been together 10 years. And like I said earlier, married this year will make 8 years, married in October. And it's been a great experience for both of us, an enjoyable experience. And I don't know about anybody else, but we're still in love, we're still on honeymoon, and we're still enjoying one another. So I just want to add that in there. And it's indeed, once again, a pleasure to be before even social media land. All of those who are watching from whatever part of the world, we're going to go right into our nuggets on this morning because we have a time frame that's been allotted to us. This word here, extraordinary in trust, that's the topic that was given to us to elaborate on this morning. When I look at this word trust, it is simply having confidence in a person or in an individual. In addition to that, having confidence in them, watch this now, you have firm belief in the reliability of that person, meaning that they are reliable. This is why you trust them. And as we go into this teaching this morning, let me first of all say this. It does not make sense to marry somebody that you really don't trust. It does not make sense to marry someone that you don't have no confidence in, that it's going to be. Let's face it, in life today, persons that come around you, and I'm talking to even those that are on the verge of being married, those who are engaged to be married. I'm not just talking to married people this morning. We are talking to persons who are thinking about it too, and even persons who have started to make preparation for it. So let me say that again. First of all, you don't want to get married to somebody that you really don't trust, that you don't have confidence in, that you don't believe will be an asset to your life. And let me put it before you this morning. If somebody that comes in your life is not an asset, then obviously they're a liability. You're taking along heavy baggages along with you. You're taking along unnecessary baggages along with you. And if somebody is not helping you, then ultimately they're hindering you. Mm-hmm. Can I say that again? If somebody is not helping you, then ultimately they are hindering you. And a lot of persons today would come across to be very spiritual or seem to be very intellectual. They say, you know what, that's not really important. It is important because you know what, if you're striving to be successful in your endeavors and you have goals and aspiration that is set that you want to accomplish in the future, and there is dead weight. If there's somebody with you, instead of working with you, they're working against you, it's going to be harder than you expected. It's going to be longer than you expected. And most of all, you know what? The fight is going to be there constantly, consistently, because there will always be opposition. If the person is not working with you, they're working against you. So let's keep that mindset as we go on. Extraordinary marriage in trust. So you have to have confidence in the person. If you're talking about trust, you have to come to the place where you think that person is reliable. And you talk about reliability. If you give them this money to pay a bill, are they going to pay that bill, or are they going to go on a shopping spree? I'm talking to the husband and the wives this morning, because husband and wife make up marriage, not just a husband, not just a wife. And as we go on, we're going to see that they complement one another. And we, in marriage, we are here to help one another. And I said earlier, if you're not helping someone, then you're ultimately hindering that person. So having said that about trust, confidence, and reliability, and you have to have faith in the person. That's what trust and faith go hand in hand. You have faith in that person to believe that, you know what, they're going to help me in the long run. They're going to do the right thing. I don't have to be around them all the time, but I have confidence. They're reliable. I have faith in them to believe that they will do the right thing as a husband or wife. And we're going to talk a part of that too in one of our points, faithfulness. But my first point this morning, my wife is going to elaborate on that, and she's coming at this time.
Our first point Hi to everyone. Our first point for an extraordinary marriage in trust is trusted in the area of spirituality, which is we put that as a first point because that's very important in anything in your life and in your marriage, is putting God first. Once you trust in God first, trusting your mate, your significant other, will become easy because you placed your belief, you placed your trust in God hand first for this person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. You have your mindset centered around that. God, I'm trusting you to have faith and trusting in this man or this woman. So I'm trusting you, Lord. I'm coming before you to be that intercessor for my husband, to be that intercessor for my wife. Can you pray for your husband? Do you have that trust, the level of trust for your husband or your wife to be there to count on you to pray for them when they're in a situation, when there's a situation arising within the marriage, when there's one, because sometimes it's two of us in this marriage, but sometimes one may fall weak. So can I count on my husband or my wife to pray for me when I am falling weak, when I'm falling short, when there's a problem arising in my marriage? Can I count on my husband to pray, to go seek the face of God for me in this situation? Because in a marriage, you are two. The Bible says where two or three are gathered, he is there in the midst. So you, as that husband, you are that wife, you have to be firm and you have to set your standards in your marriage to believe that I am going to intercede for my husband because he trusts me. He knows, and he knows the type of person I am. My husband knows the type of person I am. When there's a something arising, we pray. That's the first thing. So you, as a candidate in this marriage, this extraordinary marriage, you have to be that person to lift your husband up in prayer because he trusts you. That wife, lift your husband up in prayer. Sometimes we have arguments. Sometimes we have debates. That's what we call them. Even though you have those debates, you still have to trust your husband. You have to trust your wife because God have ordained your marriage already. So you are ready. Everything within God is extraordinary. He's an extraordinary God. And I still love this topic, extraordinary marriage in trust. So you are already in this union where he's already doing unusual things because he already have you both together. He brought you both together before him. Like for instance, me and my husband, when we got married, right? Placed because we have confidence and trust in our father, our earthly father I'm talking about. When my dad walked me up the aisle, my dad put put my hand in my husband's hand, and my husband told my dad, and these are words I stand on. Like I'm not gonna say I throw this in my husband's face, right? But it comes up. My father, he placed my hand in my husband's hand, right? And he said, my husband told my dad, "You don't have to worry. I'm gonna take care of her." And that trust rate, that the level of trust, that shoot up to the roof that day. Because I was like, whoa, you hear what he just said? I was saying to myself, I don't have a need for nothing. So that built more trust in me having trust in him because he said those words to my father. And I know I trust my father, and my father, I trust his judgment. And my father placed, and that's what my husband said. And I was like, this, I could trust this man. Because if my dad see fit to trust him, I'm going to trust him. And so continuing on, I'm just saying that to let you know how certain actions could change the way you trust people, even your date, what they do. So I'm telling you, as you go on in your marriage, put God inside of it. Trust him, just how you trust him on that day you got married to go to the altar. He gave your parents gave you to your husband to go before God. You both walk up together. holding hands, trusting that this could go on forever and ever. And God saw that within you both, that, hey, they're worthy to be in this marriage, this union, and this vow is before me. And I know they trust each other. So you have to think about that day. Sometimes when you got so frustrated with your husband or your wife, think about the day you both get married. Think about the things that happen. I'm not talking about what happened on honeymoon night. I'm talking about that day when you went to the aisle. Some of us cry because it was so emotional to say, well, this is a next level in my life. I'm going before God and I'm going to trust this person before God because God is joining us together. So that is our first point. Pray for each other in your marriage. When one can't pray for the other, you have to pray. I won't say one can pray because all of us could pray. We could utter something out of our mouth. Even when your husband is going out to work, your wife is going out to work, say, hey, baby, I cover you with the blood of Jesus. I love you. Have a great day. That's a prayer you just place over your husband. You place over your wife because the devil is after marriages. So you have to continue to pray for your mate, your family, for your marriage, and trust God. Trust God in the area of spirituality, and trusting your husband in the area of spirituality will work for you going forward no matter what. No matter what comes your way, you already centered yourself, your extraordinary marriage, in trusting in God and trusting in that faith you have in God for the trust to fall upon your husband. So that's our first point. My husband will continue on. And
To add just one or two lines to what my wife said earlier, I read something I think about a year or two ago that said statistic has shown that a family that attend church and a family that prays together lasts a lifetime. And we oftentimes hear the phrase the family that prays together stays together. Statistic now has shown that it is a true statement. So it is important that husband and wife hold hands as often as you can. Sometimes one mate might be traveling, but get on the phone. Me and my wife used to pray together even before we got married.
mhm,
We would call one another if it's 11, 12 o'clock in the night on the phone, and we would begin to pray. And this, I believe, is one of the tools that help to mend our marriage so strongly together. It's corporate prayer, both of us praying together.
yes.
Okay, so we're moving on to the next point here because we want to be in our time frame. The next point is trust in the area of faithfulness. Very, very important part because let me start by saying this: faithfulness is a very important part of the marriage, and this is what is the cause of many divorce today and separation: unfaithfulness. Let me say this: you will go out there and see young girls that appear to be more sexier than your wife. Notice that I used the word appear to be more sexier than your wife. You will see younger girls. You will see ladies that seem to be more ambitious, more intact with their purpose and the plan for their life. You will even see young ladies that drive better ride vehicle than your wife. Men, you are responsible for that, by the way. If you should not be driving a vehicle that is much better than your wife's vehicle. You ought to, as a man, because when your wife step out, she represents you.
Mhm.
So she should look good, smell good, she should be driving good, and she should look like a respectable wife when she step out of the house. So that's all in the hand of the husband. But we're talking about trust and faithfulness. But here it is, man, you're gonna go there and see these young girls that appear to be more attractive than your wife, like I said earlier. But here it is. This is where maturity comes in. You have to know within yourself and in your mind that you know what I have home, or the old saying says like this: one bird in the hand is better than two on the tree. Two on the tree. Let's say that again. One bird in the hand is better than two birds in a tree. Pastor, what are you saying today? I'm simply saying that things out there will look glorious. Ladies out there would look physically attractive. Yes, men, if you be real this morning, when you go there, you will see well dressed ladies, Uh, I'm speaking to the wives too. You will see handsome young men, well
Yes.
dressed young men, smell good, they're
Mhm.
driving good, have a nice vehicle. Yes, but always keep in the back of your mind that, you know what I have home is better than what's before me. That comes with maturity too. And by the way, while we're talking about faithfulness, husband and wives, you don't have to be checking your 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 other maid clothes, smelling his clothes, looking in his phone. I don't know who I'm talking to this morning. Looking in his phone when he's asleep, looking in her phone when she's asleep, sniffing her underwear. Oh my God, we're getting deep this morning. Sniffing her underwear, you sniffing his underwear. These things are. Listen, I said at the beginning, don't marry nobody that you don't trust. Don't marry no one that you think gonna make your life a living hell. Okay, you don't. It's quite obvious that you don't trust a person if you have to be doing all these stuff, sniffing their clothes, sniffing their, looking at their phone every time they close their eye, every time they go to sleep, every time they put their phone on the dresser, you have to look at their phone. No, that is unnecessary. Okay, yeah, tracking them. Thank you, baby. My wife said, and you're tracking them on the app. I even heard about a story. I even heard about a story. A young man. He was kind of suspicious that his wife was seeing someone, which was not the case. It turned out not to be the case. He placed his Apple Watch in a vehicle. This is, some persons would say, and I agree, that technology is good for us, but here it is. He uses Apple Watch to track wherever his wife went. And eventually he followed her and realized that it wasn't what he thought it was. So he made himself look like a clown. Insecurity, yes, thank you, baby. We are in it to win it. Insecurity, but we're talking about faithfulness. All of this is unnecessary. Okay, and for those of you who one might say this morning that so Mr. Basden, what if you have all evidence to believe that this is what is going on? Then pray and seek counsel, seek help. Okay, a lot of relationship today, people tend to lean on their own understanding. Yes, insecurity. I see somebody type it. Insecurity ruins your marriage. Of course, and I've discovered that a lot of times it's not necessarily the woman too. It can be the man. I've came across a few friends even today. As men, I thought it was just a female issue, but there are men that are very insecure. You have every time your wife turn around, you have to be looking at her phone. Who's that you're texting? Who's that who calling you? Why you have this cologne scent on your dress? Maybe she work in office around men. Sometimes, and this is where a lot of confusion comes in the marriage because of insecurity. And I would say this as we go on to the next point. If you find out that if you have all evidence to believe that your mate is unfaithful or have an affair, seek help. Okay, don't resort to violence. And don't make no decision until you have seek help or counseling. Okay, my wife is coming with the next point.
Okay, our next point in our extraordinary in marriage in trust is trusting in the area of finances. This is very important also because finances, most people I've talked to who have been separated or divorced, it was basically the main reason was finances. So let me just talk to you, ladies. Let me talk to you, gentlemen. Like we're brothers and sisters today about finances within marriage. You have to trust your mate when they get paid every week. You trust them to tell you the truth, the amount that is being made. You shouldn't hide that from your husband or your wife because that's a step you if you start to hide that finances, you have opened up yourself, your marriage for the devil to step in because you're now lying to your husband or your wife, saying the incorrect figure that you're getting paid, which is wrong on all levels. Because even if you have kids together, why would you lie to your husband to say, well, you're making $1,500 a week. Why would you lie and say, I'm only getting paid $750? This could even lead to insecurity, because when the other mate finds out that that's not the correct amount you're making, we are human. We all are human, and we think. So what are you doing with the other half? Who are you giving it to? We're all human in this marriage. Because I would think that if I find out that my husband is making more than he tells me, so who is the other half going to?
Good point.
So that right there, don't even start it. And if you're doing it, because yeah, stop it, because you're opening up yourself for other things to come along. Because you open up yourself once you say, well, you're not being truthful in your finances, then your husband or your wife, they can start lying to you in other areas, other simple areas in your relationship. So in your marriage, you should trust your husband and your wife in finances. You should trust each other in the way that you bring your finances together even at the end of the week, to see how you could budget for the family. And yes, if something leaves over, you ask your husband or your wife, can I use this to do whatever you want to do personally? If Because some of us wives, we have allowance from our husband. So apart, and I'm not talking about our allowance. If anything leave over, can I have that too?
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, because
leave the man broke.
no, because women spend more than men in most cases. And of course, we have their kids and we have things to buy for the kids. So if anything leave over, we should have access to that. That's my belief. I don't know about you other ladies, but that's me. And you should practice that one, because if you practice anything that leave over from all the bills or anything, because we are better savers. I think most women can save better than men. I'm just saying that. I'm not trying to get any of you guys angry this morning, but I'm just saying we are administrators, so we know how to maneuver money more efficient than men. So if anything leave over, we could have more in savings. That's what I explained to my husband. When something is left over, just give it to me. I'll save it for you. There's nothing wrong with that. So trusting in the area of finances. You must be truthful when you make your funds. You must be truthful and not hide anything regarding where you spend the money. If you didn't spend it on the bill that your husband, your wife told you to spend it on, you must disclose that information and say, well, husband, honey, I didn't pay the bill. I saw 2 shoes and I really wanted to. I really needed those 2 shoes. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just tell him the truth before you find out. Yeah, and repent, because he come and see the 2 shoes anyhow. So be open. Wives, husband, even some husband does it too. Go and buy stuff. You have some husband who like to shop too. Yeah, they have needs.
Drinking.
Yeah. So if you do those things, just disclose that information and say, I did this. I had a few drinks and a few drinks led to
all the money gone.
All the money gone. So just be honest about your finances and trust your mate when they say how they want the money to be spent, because sometimes husbands are better. Some husbands are better managers too. I just said that for a joke earlier where I say women manage more better. So
vice versa.
Yes, vice versa. Some husbands can be better managers. Some wives can be better managers. Whoever holds that gift and does it better, you let them do that and trust them to make sure the finances the bills are being paid, or if you need funds, where they could take the funds from, just trust your mate in finances, and you won't have a problem, because they trust you and know that you will pay the bills, and they trust you to know that you will have a good savings for the marriage. If anything arises, you have that money there for them when They need it. So that's our point for finances. Our next point, my husband will come before our time is
One
up.
of the most exciting parts in marriage, intimacy, trusting in the area of intimacy. And this is, and I want to say this too. I believe that most persons here online are married couple. And I'm going to say this, and uh, please don't look at me any different way than a pastor. Sex is a gift, and sex is the concrete of any marriage. Any man that says he don't like to make love to his wife, he's a liar, and the truth is not in him. Especially when we had a misunderstanding, when we had a heated debate. Me and my wife don't call it argument; we call it a debate. Especially after heated debate, oh yes, love making becomes even more intense then, more passionate. Because you know what, it was some kind of stress and tension going on in that debate, but here it is now. We have an opportunity to get relaxed in the whole process. So this is very important. Trusting in the area of intimacy, and trust comes, like you said at the beginning, confidence. I can rely on her. I can rely on her to satisfy my needs. While we added to, it's very important that you could communicate your needs as it relates to intimacy. And I've heard a number of persons said it over repeatedly. Everyone has a love language. Wives have a love language. Husband have love language. My wife is a very simple woman, but she do have a love language. You see, she loves fragrances. She loves shoes. I think most ladies will agree. she loves fragrances. She loves fruits. Every now and then she loves chocolate. So these things I observe. And as men, study your wife. You want to have a good love life. You want to enjoy your intimacy with your wife. Study your wife. Know what she loves. Know what turns her on. Because man, you have an opportunity in most days to set the atmosphere straight. My wife loves romantic text sometime. Come on, man. I was working with a guy, and we almost done here in our session. I was working with a guy a few months ago, and we worked for a whole week. And all day, sometimes 8-10 hours, and he never sent one text, or he never called his wife one time in a day. And I've noticed that. And I said, how is it that you married a woman? You say you love the woman, and there's no communication. You go to work for 8-10 hours. You're not even sure you're going to make it back home, but you never communicate with your wife. He said something that really I spoke to my wife, and I couldn't wait to reach home to talk to my wife about it. He said all that love stuff is out the window. Been married 15, 16 years, that is out the window. I said, what do you mean? You don't love the woman no more? Why are you still with her? He didn't answer that. But to cut a long story short, you have to keep the fire burning in your marriage. Your husband, your wife you should be at a point where you can't wait to get together. You can't wait to kiss her. You can't wait to touch her on the hip. Come on, married people. You can't wait to put your arms around and kiss on her neck. Okay, so we're going into our last point, and then we're done for today. We're going to talk about lastly, trusting each other for futuristic plans. Trusting each other for futuristic plans. Everyone has dreams and aspirations. When your wife married you, she believed that you can help her out. Like I said at the beginning, if you're not an asset, then you're a liability. Your wife believed that you could help her out with her dreams and aspirations. Husband, help your wife. Wives, help your husband. Because she married you, you married her. So you know what? You are there to help one another. No, your dreams doesn't change since you married. Her dreams doesn't change. It only becomes better simply because two heads are better than one. So this is how my wife and I does it. She helps me with the stuff that I have to do, dreams and aspiration, things what I like to see come into fruition in my life, and I help her. I don't care what it is. God has placed you there to help, to be an asset to one another. This is we cover basic areas, but I believe that all of them connect somewhere, somehow. Spirituality, finances, intimacy, futuristic plans, We talk about a number of places, finances, faithfulness. All of these are very essential if you want to have a successful marriage. And I believe that you put these small nuggets that we spoke about today into practice, your marriage will be solid as a rock. So this morning, we want to say thank you once again for the invite. Vito and Linda, Patrick, God bless you. It was a pleasure to be here this morning.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Heavy hitters. Y'all came in there and y'all were not playing. Transparent, open, honest. I really appreciate that. You hit on intimacy, spirituality, finances, everything that we can have these misconceptions about. You hit on the head and gave us practical ways to deal with it. I really, really appreciate that. Remember, those who are watching, drop in chat your takeaways that you got from the session from the Basins. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Drop in chat. Listen, I was writing down some stuff. Listen, if you're not helping, you are hindering your spouse. And that and to hear it like that, it really makes sense. You know, trusting in spirituality, that is important to do first, and everything else falls in place. I loved it when Pastor Basin said, I can depend on my wife to fulfill my needs. He spoke that with confidence. That is extraordinariness of marriage.
Amen.
I love it. Type in chat, what were some of your takeaways from today as we get ready for our next session coming up? This is a day power pack. Listen, y'all didn't go easy on us. Y'all started out there and it was power packed, and we appreciate that. Like I said, type your takeaways in chat. Remember that this live will end and we are on the hour. So we will begin our next session with Anton and Daria Brown. They are up next. Extraordinary marriage with communication. And that is up next. And we want you to go and get something to drink. We want you to hydrate. Those of you who need to get a snack, go and get it. Go and get it for this power packed day. That unique couples they are really building healthier marriages by using this platform. This marriage marathon today is indeed needed, and it's going to help many persons and their marriages. We want to remind you, share the live, tag someone, let them know that we are here today and we are aiming for extraordinary marriages, and we have it here today all lined out. The Basins really helped us. It was really practical. Confidence. That's what Pastor Basin spoke about today. Have that confidence in your spouse. These are the things we need to do when we are building that trust in order to have that extraordinary marriage. Very, 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 very good. Yes, yes, yes. We are ready. It has already started out hot, 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 hot.
Awesome, awesome. Yes, Jason and Lovette touched on everything. Like, we don't even need to do our intimacy and sex session today. So it was really good. We are going to give you a spa. We will end this feed and then we'll come back on at 11 o'clock. So we only have 9 minutes. Go and get your water, hydrate, and be back here for the next session. Don't leave. Just go and get your water. And by the time you come back, we will be on again. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Okay, so your spa, before you go, we want to leave you. So stick around for your spa. Gia, you told them about the winners. The winner for this section, we will announce tomorrow. So each section will have winners. Okay, so
for those who don't know what SPA is, SPA is spouse supporting positive action.
So this is what you have to do with your spouse. So for each session, we'll end with our spa. So today, for your first spa, give your spouse access to something you have been withholding. That is your spa. So give your spouse access to something you have been withholding. So based on what Jason and Lovette said today, you need to work on that for extraordinary marriage in trust. This has been a wonderful experience. We will see you all at 11 o'clock on the dot.
So we're going to see you in the next 7 minutes. Thank you, Jason and Lovette. Love you guys.